The article I found was called Large DNA Study Traces Violent History of American Slavery. This article was in the New York Times paper. The article has to do with the DNA testing kit 23andMe. Not only does the article talk about some of the background of 23andMe, but it also talks about a significant finding that has to do with the past and the current. The findings from this DNA test that took place traces history findings back to the 1800s. The finding in this article was so significant, more research went into it. The finding in the DNA was that many more slaves were brought over to America from Africa in the 1800s than currently thought of. Mentioned in the article, after consulting another historian, the researchers learned that enslaved people were sent from Nigeria to the British Caribbean and then were further traded into the United States, which could explain the genetic findings. The study illuminates one of the darkest chapters of the world history, in which 12.5 million people were forcibly taken from their homelands in tens of thousands of European ships. It also shows that the historical and genetic records together tell a more layered and intimate story than either could alone. That being said, millions and millions of more people were taken, sold, and forced as slaves all around America. It is so crazy that one simple DNA at-home testing kit could unravel all of this new historical information. I find this very interesting because in class we would talk about how people could find out family history or personal history from 23andMe. To think one of these DNA tests would pan out a whole part of history that was unknown is completely bizarre. There were also examples in class where criminals could be caught due to findings in the 23andMe DNA testing results. Imagine if you were the person to reveal a criminal from this. But really, imagine if you were the person to reveal the fact that millions upon millions of slaves were brought over to America and no one knew about it before the testing results. This article was written on July 23rd, 2020. That being said, it is still fresh. Does this mean that the millions and millions of people that were brought over and forced into slavery could actually be lower than expected? This could mean that more of these 23andMe DNA testing kits could reveal more surprising news such as this. More results could show that even more people were brought over. The more people that participate in these DNA testing kits, the more the world could find out about itself. I think that my article was true, given it was in the New York Times and it had a lot of good information, and that it is proven that these testing kits can reveal crazy facts and new findings in the world.